Nikki Sinclair, West Midlands MEP. Looking back first of all to last year, when you put down your questions to the European Commission, your freedom of information requests, what made you do that in the first place?
Well, the issue of Coventry City Arena, known locally as the Rico Arena, was a bit of a political hot potato last summer. The club had to move to Northampton, and there are many questions around finance, also from the council, from the company that owns the football club, and there was a big thing made about the European funding. And how that came about. So I thought I would use my position to ask formal questions of the Commission, but also to ascertain what the Council's position is. So simultaneously, I put in a Freedom of Information request to Coventry City Council, and I submitted a formal question to the Commission.
You've since had two responses from the European Commission, and you've had your answer from Coventry Council from your Freedom of Information request. What do you make of the information that you've received, and how do you feel that they differ, that they don't match up?
Well, there's a definite conflict. The Freedom of Information request says that the money, the £4.75 million plus VAT, was used to purchase the land. And it was not used for the construction of the arena. The Commission reply was talking about transport infrastructure and buildings. So there was a conflict there. The Commission reply did not say anything about the purchase of land. Now, in that Freedom of Information letter from Coventry City Council, it acknowledges that there were two applications. And this is it's very clear then what they went out to say, what monies used from the EU were spent on. And that was in conflict. So then I submitted a further question to the Commission saying, what do you make of Coventry City Councils? And I sent the Commission the letter. The Commission contacted Coventry City Council, and then Coventry City Council changed their position, saying no, the Commission answer was the more accurate one.
So is this just a simple mistake by the council, that they just didn't quite get things straight when they responded to you first time round, or do you fear that there's more to it than that?
Well, I'm hoping that it is just a simple mistake, but as I was saying, we're going back now to last summer, and I've spent many of those months seeking meetings with the council, senior people in the council, to discuss this, so maybe they could explain this. They've point blank totally refused to do this. And even last week, when I was trying to make this very clear and told them I would be speaking about this in Strasbourg, they said, if you want to know any more information, submit another Freedom of Information request. So, I've been up against the brick wall here. And as I said in my speech here in plenary last night, it makes you question then, if they're not being so transparent, which they're claiming to be transparent, is there something to hide? And what I've done by this, by referring the matter to Olaf, basically said, well, I've done as far as I can go. I think there are questions here to answer, and I'm asking Olaf to investigate this huge amount. I mean, we're talking, with the VAT, way over £5-6 million of taxpayers' money. Let's remember, this is taxpayers' money. And we've also referred it to the Information Commissioner, because either one way, they've obviously been in breach of one of those two.
So what would you like Olaf, which is the EU's kind of anti-fraud agency, what would you like that agency to now do?
Well, obviously to find all the paperwork that's based here in the European Union, to find exactly what the money was spent for, and then conduct a full investigation, meet with Coventry City Council and ask Coventry Council for full disclosure of all their paperwork, invoices, and to exactly see where that money went to. And let's have a straightforward answer so the taxpayers of Coventry City Council are aware of how their money was spent.
Ultimately, what is it that you're trying to achieve by taking this action?
Well, it's about transparency, isn't it? It's about use of EU funds, and I think we get precious little EU funds into the UK, and I don't think they're necessarily used correctly. So it's doing my job. Ultimately, and sometimes I'm accused as a Eurosceptic of not really doing my job correctly. Well, this is part of my job, to making sure that the liaison between the public authorities at home and the EU is run in a correct manner. So that I'm just doing my job.